And the last topic we're going to discuss for the day, Claressa Shields announced an $8 million deal after being caught buying views. So there have been conspiracies online of people catching Claressa Shields buying views so that the video she put out on Layla Ali actually went over 1 million views and received more views than the video that Layla Ali put out. Shortly after that controversy, she announced that she has a deal worth $8 million. We're going to take a look at both. First, we're going to look at the announcement of the $8 million deal from Claressa Shields, and here it is right here.
First on CBS Mornings, Shields is announcing she signed a multi-fight contract worth, check this out, $8 million. Wow. That's right. And she says it's one of the most lucrative deals ever for a female boxer, proving that women's boxing deserves equal respect, equal pay, and equal opportunity. Champ, what's up? Good morning. How you doing?
How does that sound, Claressa? Wow.
I'm so excited to finally get it out. I've been keeping it a secret for like a week. It's been the hardest secret ever.
Okay.
Not say nothing about it.
So tell us.
All right. Well, we'll
about that. I mean, you say that this is, of course, the money's great, but this is a statement, though, a statement to not just the sports world, but the world at large.
Yeah, listen, women in sports have been doing a lot the past couple of years with the WNBA, soccer, even in boxing. I'm not the only woman who's making money.
Right.
But to have this deal get done, I feel like, you know, I'm getting my just due. I won 2 Olympic gold medals. I have 19 world championships right now.
Come on now.
And I think it's fitting to have this great deal come about. And this is a different talk from the time that me and you last spoke, Nate.
Right.
All right. Now, this announcement was made after the internet had discovered and reported allegedly that Claressa Shields purchased views to get to 1 million views on the video that she made about Layla Ali. So this is Layla Ali reposting a video that was made on.
Gentlemen, Claressa Shields is digging herself in a deeper hole. You're a sore loser, Claressa Shields. And a lot of people now have noticed who Claressa Shields really is.
They caught her, busted her red-handed. Ain't no way she can get around this. So she's been caught buying views to try to compete with Layla Ali. Think about that. That is terrible. After all this, she jealous of me. She trying to tie her name into mine so that she can be relevant. She's getting exposed now on the internet by the community. 100% proven fact, she's been buying views. She's been buying views to actually compete with Layla Ali.
When Layla Ali dropped her part 2, she surpassed Claressa Shields' views from her video that was sitting for 3 days. Layla Ali surpassed Claressa Shields yesterday within hours, but it's a pretty sad day when you have to purchase hundreds and thousands of views to surpass somebody that you're trying to, be better than. Not only did she celebrate on Twitter her 1 million views, it's almost at 1 million views. The people's champ, real boxing fans know, can't trick people with lies. Try again. This girl is insane. Like I said, she celebrates on X with she made it to 1 mil. The girl goes on Facebook with the bullshit. Claressa reposts this. Who's the real female boxing champion? Claressa goes on to post, exactly. People see through that hate and shit. And she made a part 2 that no one cares about. Clearly, you cared enough to go and purchase views to compare to her. Listen, she's a sore loser. Claressa is literally taking L after L after L, and she's eating them up. Must have that Layla Ali seasoning on it. Laughing and saying how she got more followers on YouTube than Ali do. Social Blade tells you how many subscribers and how many views you get. And Claressa is just dash. Nobody's subscribing, right? And her number stays at 197K. After Layla dropped her video, over 100,000 people decided to go and watch Claressa. But not one person subscribed. You see that? Dash. Not one subscribed. I've been doing YouTube for way too long to be fooled. Now I'm going to check out Ali's Social Blade and see what it naturally looks like. Yo, do you guys see the difference? And this right here is confirming everything to me. This is what a natural subscriber count looks like as it comes in.
This is sad and it's pathetic. Dane went from less than 100K or a little over 100K within 24 hours, and it jumped up to 600, almost 700,000.
All right, we're going to stop it there. If you want to see that full video, you can go to Layla Ali's YouTube channel and look at the whole video. Basically, what they did was they looked at the count, the trajectory of the video, and also if you go to most popular video, it shows you the most popular video, the video that got the most views. Although Claressa Shields is alleging that this video got 1 million views, it's still below. If you go to most popular video, it's still below videos she has on her page that have less than 1 million views, which is another way that you can someone purchase views according to those who did this investigation. So, Complex, what's your reaction to the conspiracy of Claressa Shields buying views before she announces an $8 million deal, which, by the way, is a partnership with her promotional company and Win Records, which is Pat Poose's record label. Do you believe the $8 million deal, and do you believe that Claressa Shields is purchasing views?
Thank you, because I was really confused for a second. When they said Win Records, I was like, is this like Win Resorts? Like, you know, like the Win in Vegas, or like who that owns Encore Casino? No. Okay.
Win Records, Pat Poose's record label.
Then I'm calling Fugazi. And I hate to do that. I hate to do that because I don't want to be a hater. I was literally on the fence, like, I'm happy for her, but I don't know. And I was like, please don't be hating. I'm trying not to hate, right? But I was too skeptical. I was like, wait a second, $8 million.
It's not hating if you're telling the truth. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's not hating.
Look, I'm happy for the young lady because that's a lot of money, right? Lord knows how long it would take me to earn $8 million. So if she can earn it in a few years, I don't care what she's doing. That's still impressive. But the whole idea here, there's a lot of things that made me just like raise my eyebrow. Like, what? Okay, maybe question. First off, the $8 million, how many fights? I didn't see anything that said how many fights.
Like 2 years. And
it says 2 years, but
$3 million up front just for signing.
$3 million up front for signing. But
who she's fighting? Nothing.
What are the fights? Who are the fights? How many times does she have to fight to? Because they just said you could earn up to $8 million, right? Cool, but what is that? What do you have to do to earn that $8 million, right? The devil's in the details. Is it a 4-fight contract? Is it a 6-fight contract over 2 years? What is it? What is like? How much what do you have to do? Do you have to cross certain thresholds before you make that money? Because just like think about like how the music industry is. There's guys who signed to deals, but really it's a loan. And until you pay it back with earning that money back, and you didn't really earn that money, you're kind of stuck in this deal. So especially when it was like Win Records, it's like, who is this promotional company or Win Records or what is this? Then on top of that I think they said, it's like also music and entertainment. And I'm like, music? When did Claressa start rapping? Or what's she doing? Like, what kind of?
She been rapping and singing, but
what? I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Got a 360 deal, bro.
I'm trying to see you fight. What are we talking about? What? Her and Papu's about to get on the track or drop a hot, 16. What are we doing here? You're a ma'am. What are we doing?
Sign her to a 360 deal, man.
Yo, I'm so confused. It's like, so what money are you gonna make from music? None. You're gonna go triple wood on any projects. Let's be real, right? So I don't know what we're talking about here. So I'm like, how does 8 million add up? Where does this all come from, right? So I don't know, but at the same time, I'm happy for her. She seems excited. The other thing is this: the whole like press run, CBS Morning, and all this stuff, and she's trying really, really hard. And I think this is what turns people off to Claressa. Is like, you're trying too hard. You call yourself the GOAT. If you are really the greatest woman of all time, you don't have to try so hard. We can smell the desperation on you. We can feel it. Right? And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because it's like you're going after Layla. You care so much about Layla and trying to get her name and how you feel or whatever. You care about the views, like petty shit. You know, small petty stuff. That's like, what are we talking about here? Then on top of that, now you've got this whole press run about this $8 million deal, and you go on CBS Morning and you make a whole thing about it, but it's like a little bit sketchy on what's the details. It's like we can clearly see that you care a lot about what everybody else thinks, and that's the surefire way to set up your own downfall. You're the champion. You don't care what we think. We should care what you think, right? But it seems like everything she does is trying to like she's trying to convince people. Like, you don't have to convince anybody. It just seems off. At the same time, if the deal is what it is, if it is on the up and up, or if she does earn $8 million over whatever 2 years or 4 years, that's still impressive. That's still a lot of money that a lot of people in this world would never get to see. So I hope she does make it. I hope she does make it. I hope she does well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Shout out to Papoose. But yeah, I just think she needs to like do your talking in the ring. You're a great fighter. You want to make noise? I don't need to see these press conferences. I don't need to see a million view YouTube videos. I need to see you rocking chicks' wigs off, knocking their wigs off. Like, literally. I need to see you.
Tom Cruise deserves staff.
All right. Get this thing out of here. Bro. Her trainer was like, get this thing out of here, man. We're in the middle of a fight. I don't care about your weave falling out.
Like Barry Hunter.
I need you to knock some chicks' weaves off, right? I need you to go in there and like get some knockout wins. You do that, you're gonna have all the press in the world. It doesn't matter whatever people talking about. Go in there and do your job. You're the champion for a reason. You're a great champion. You can go in there, set up 10 girls and knock them all out. Sit on your punches and get these girls out in one round. Again and again and again. Build a highlight reel. I promise you, people will start to pay attention. You don't need to do this whole press run. I got a deal. I'm doing this and that. It's like you're talking about it instead of being about it, right? Yes, you do. You've never lost in the ring, so you are being about it in the ring, but do it in a fashion that's going to bring the fans. We don't need to hear you talk about it. Just do it like Nike. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be a hater, but I'm real skeptical of this $8 million deal. I don't know if you think it's real or how much you think she's going to see of that $8 million, or if you buying the Claressa Shields and Papoose joint album. You buying it when it hits? You buy the album when it comes out?
Yeah, I think, you made some great points. One,
Kenny gonna be like, what?
You made some great points. One is the details, right? It's one thing to say $8 million, but you have to actually pay attention to the details. I don't know if you remember this or you recall this, but it's football. And it was back when Donovan McNabb was playing. And the Eagles extended him. And it was like a $40 million extension. And they did this whole interview about it. But he really only made $5 million. Because the extension had all these incentives and they end up getting rid of him anyway. And they like traded him. But this was just like a facade. It was a show to show false confidence in Donovan McNabb. And this was around the time that Michael Vick was the backup and was emerging. And they came out with this fake contract. And I just remember, because I was young and I'm like, oh yeah, they're really investing in McNabb. They gave him $40 million and whatever. And then later on, once they traded him, come to find out the contract was a sham. It was a facade. There were so many things inside the details. So that's one. The other thing is, recently, Dame Dash went on a Breakfast Club and said he was like the CEO of this company. I can't remember the company. And he said it was going to be announced the next day. And Charlamagne was like, you're not the CEO of this company. And it turned into a roasting session. The next day, Vibe magazine put out an article saying he was the CEO of that company. And the company went on Twitter saying Dame Dash is not the CEO of our company. So there's a lot that ends up happening. There's a lot that can be mixed up. And my point is, this is $8 million. So flat out, do I believe that she's going to make $8 million off this deal? I don't. So I'm just going to say that. The other elephant in the room is Win Records, and the fact that Pat Poose is a part of Win Records, and he's dealing with Claressa Shields, and there's the history with Remy and what Remy was saying, how like kind of he lived off her and she was the one supporting him, and you look at what's happening with Claressa Shields, and it's almost like we did a video the other day where we were giving advice to young men, and it's almost like if I was giving Claressa Shields advice, I would say separate your relationship from business and kind of, but hey, she's doing what she wants to do. Fine. I will say this. I went to the movie theater to watch Claressa Shields' movie, Fire Inside. I've been following Claressa Shields' career since she was in the amateurs. And this is someone who grew up with a lot of trauma, a lot of trust issues, and her dad wasn't around. So, and she also didn't have reliable people around her. Her coach took her in, and she had kind of a positive relationship with her trainer since she was younger. But, let's just say she had a difficult upbringing. And a lot of what I see from Claressa Shields is just someone who lacked certain attention when they were younger. And you brought it up, Complex, kind of like the petty stuff. Like none of this even matters. Like the views, like stuff that would be irrelevant. It matters to Claressa. And even like Pat Poose, like you are Claressa Shields, 19-time world champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, right? Everything you say, but the person you pick is still married to someone else. Like, I mean, at this point, I don't know. But to answer the fake views, the announcement of this contract, I don't know what they got planned or what they're setting up. We'll wait. Only time will tell. I hope that this is a real contract. I hope for the best. I would love to see.
I'm very skeptical. All right. So this is the Win Records site, or whatever, right? So this to me looks like a very much like put together website. Like
it's very
one of them, I mean, they just put this is like an image that they just stuck in here. Let's look at the talent. All right. Win recording artists. This girl, Khadija, I don't know who she is, but she's a pretty girl. Papoose, we know. This guy, actually, he's from my country, Emerson's from Sierra Leone. He's a cool guy. I know. Shout out to Salone. We out here, baby. We're with Win Records. Then King Los, and then down here, Win Athletes, Claressa Shields. This just screams to me like this is some BS. If this is the $8 million, I don't think they got $8 million combined, right? In this all here, right? I don't think they got $8 million combined across them. The Win Productions, these are the events they put on, right? Live and Red, Sexy Red, The Baby, Mexican OT, and Khadija, right? These are the events they got going on. The Cinco de Mayo Tacos Tequila. This is the events, right? Let me see. Kings of the West, right? E40, both things are like. What are we talking about here? Like, what is this? This is they went on CBS Morning. I'm surprised they even got on CBS Morning News. The CBSC with Win Records, you can meet the legends. This is the most basic website I've ever seen for music distribution. What are we doing here? Like, drop us a line contact. No disrespect. I'm sure whoever is behind this, but it's like, this is your site. This is your. I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical. The biggest name we've seen here is Papoose. I don't know who all these people are, what's going on, but like this doesn't scream to me like a multi-million-dollar conglomerate that's got the money. You know what I'm saying? When you usually got to put money down in escrow for something, like can they put $8 million cash in escrow right now to say they're putting on an event? Me personally, I doubt it. So,
hey, bro, listen. Another fact: if you had that money and you just had this record deal, you wouldn't put that on your website.
Where's the press release?
That's what I'm
Where's the
saying.
major press release on
Where's
your
the
website?
announcement? This is a big news for your website. Where's that on the website?
Where's the CBS morning news clip on your website? That should be leading on your website. It's crazy that even honestly the picture. I don't know if you peeped that. The picture they picked of her. This is let me share again because this is a point. Let me share again. 1 second. The picture that they picked of Claressa is not even her boxing. It's her in MMA. Hold on a second. Let me show you real quick. This picture, she's wearing MMA gloves. This is the PFL. This is when she took MMA fights. So her win athletes, this is your boxing champion legend. You guys didn't even have a camera crew to do a photo shoot with her to get standard pictures. You stole this picture from the internet, and the picture you picked is her doing MMA, not even boxing. So what do you do? Like, what are we talking about here? Why? How is this like anything professional? It's like we know. Maybe you thought people would have noticed, but like, yeah, this is not a professional. You guys stole this picture. This is her doing MMA, not boxing. So this is like the best you guys can do. I mean, it's very amateur hour. It looks like I don't know who like, and like you said, where's the big? See, you got old pictures here, random like party promotion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. But they Claressa, this is the other thing, Claressa. You got to do your due diligence you're a name brand. Your name is bigger than Win Records. Now you're attaching your name to Win Records and bringing them up, right? What you are doing here is putting your name at risk. If this falls apart, it looks bad. It's going to come down on you. Nobody's going to go to this Win Records website after this again, right? Nobody cares. We're not checking for Khadija and Papoose and Emerson and King Los, respectfully, right? No disrespect. We're not checking for them. So it's on you now to bring the name up of this entire organization, right? But they got to be professional. You should have a team. If you guys can get yourselves on CBS Morning News, then why can't you get a professional photographer to take these pictures and have a photo shoot on the site of those professional pictures? Why don't you have it embedded the actual, you know what I'm saying, CBS Morning News thing immediately after it's been done? Why does it look like you have like a stock image? You cut it out. It's like when you were, if you ever go to those websites where they make websites like insert your picture here and it like blows it up. It's like that. It doesn't look like you guys had anybody who does any kind of, and you can get these guys on Fiverr, like guys who do actual like image and what am I talking like VFX stuff. Yeah, the graphic design. Thank you. Actual graphic design. I didn't see any actual graphic design on that website. And those all the little things that matter when you're talking about a professional production. To me, it doesn't look like you have any graphic designers. Those party flyers look like something I would see, outside the barbershop.
We used to make way better flyers than those.
Yeah. When I was in college and we got this party coming up. I feel like that's just a flyer somebody would have handed me. Like, we got those so-and-so's in town or whatever. Like, come on now. And you going on CBS. I'm surprised CBS even put this on TV. Like that, because people are gonna.
Vibe Records put out. Vibe Magazine wrote the article on Dame Dash, being the CEO of the company he was lying about.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm super skeptical now, and now that I've dug a little deeper, I looked because when I say Win, I was like, maybe it's Win like hotels.
Resorts,
you know what I mean?
Resorts, yeah.
Win Resorts, and maybe she's gonna fight at one of at their place. They used to happen all the time, like Caesars. That they would host certain fights or MGM and stuff like that. I was like, maybe they're getting into the boxing game. But if it's this, get the fuck out of here, dog. Come on, man. Don't play with me.
One thing I just want to add, like, to me, every time you see Claressa now, you see Pap. Even when she's training, he's in the ring holding the mitts for her now, right? And then recently, when she offered Layla Ali $15 million complex, it was a check. Win Records, look, you can pull this up. It's Win Records holding this check saying $15 million. So there's this $15 million offer to Layla Ali, and there goes Papoose company's name on the check. And now Claressa Shields is on TV getting pressed for this $8 million deal, and all you see is Win Records. Again, Papoose, all mixed up in it. And even when she made her announcement, she's like, she was like, I'm going to say it. None of this would have been possible without Pap. she says it, and I'm just like, this dude went from situation with Remy to Claressa Shields, and now he's being mentioned on everything she does. He's got his finger in everything that she's doing. And if you're Claressa, she's also said this too. She said, "Oh, Pap, if I get into it with someone, Pap just cuts them off. He just, oh no, we're not talking to them no more. Pap just handles it. He just cuts them off. You know, that's also what abusers do. They isolate people from their family. But you know what, Claressa, everything that's happening with you, you don't find that suspicious?
Mm. You just said it, and you brought up something. I didn't want to like get into this, but since you mentioned it, I think we're at least on the same page. You got to be real careful with certain relationships, especially in boxing. We've seen women boxers get into the sport and be abused in the past, where, especially the story, there's a movie coming out about her now, Christy Martin, right? She had a situation where she was one of the top boxers in the world in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? In women's boxing. But little did we know, behind the scenes, her trainer, I think, and manager was her lover and abuser at the same time. And he was like taking advantage of her. And for Claressa, as you mentioned, she's somebody who comes from a past of a lot of, pain, and I think she really fought her way out. She's got to be real careful because she's a vulnerable person, right? We see fighters and think they're tough and whatever, but there's more to it. In the ring, they're tough, but outside, there's a lot more that they have to deal with. And so she's vulnerable in that sense. We don't think a tough person can't be vulnerable. She's vulnerable to Papoose. Remy said it. Papoose was living off of Remy for years. And as much as we love Papoose, he never really blew up. We knew him off of his 5 Fingers of Death freestyle, whatever. But we never really seen him have a big successful singles career. And now he was obviously always second to Remy. Remy had the bigger success. Now that he's out with Claressa, everything is with Claressa, and it's like everything's tied to Claressa earning the money. She got to be real careful about that, because we don't want a story years from now where it's like Claressa is going to be like, yeah, she was just blinded by love. He was controlling the money. He was this or that. He was, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to hear that story, Claressa. Like, we, as much as the boxing fans, whatever, we still love you at the end of the day. So I just hope that she's in control. And the thing is, unfortunately, this is not to get off track, but sometimes women would like the idea of a man like handling things for them, right? Because it's like, I can turn my brain off, right? Especially like tough women who like have to, go through a lot of stuff or fight a lot. Like they like a man who's in control and confident and they can turn their brain off. But in this business, you can't turn your brain off. It's your business, Claressa. It's your money, not his money. Don't let him play you, or don't let him get you in a situation where it's like, oh, Pop got it, or I can trust in him. No. You need to have your personal lawyer review everything yourself, for a lawyer that represents you, not you and Pop, not a lawyer that Pop gets for you, a lawyer that represents you to review everything. You need to have your own management for you. You are the business entity here. So you got to separate the business and the personal. And honestly, I don't like the idea of this whole like, they're lovers or whatever, and they're also gonna he's gonna manage her or do this or be involved in the money. It's real sketchy. I'm not really, I don't know. But when you mention Kaden, that this is what abusers do, like they kind of separate you, I can see the signs already. And I'm hoping we don't see a story years from now where Claressa's like, yeah, this and that, and but she ends up like broke or something because Papoose got all the money or spent all the money. Papoose is his own man. He's been in this career for a long time. He should have his own. He doesn't need to be attached to you. And honestly, what it looks like is he's using Claressa to big up whatever he's got going on. So it's like, I'm going to use Claressa's name to big up Win Records, right? Which is crazy to me. Like, it's supposed to be the other way around. So this whole $8 million deal is real sketchy. I don't know.
No, it's definitely sketchy, and I think you brought up a great point with the Chrissy Martin. Great analogy, great example, and even similar profession. And I think certain people are more vulnerable based on what they do. And it wouldn't be the first time. There are other things I don't want to get into it, like her talking about wanting to have a baby now, and imagine if you're him and you do that. It's just a whole lot of stuff while I'm watching it, and I'm just thinking, you know, she doesn't have the traditional relationship that people have with their dads, that daughters have with their dad, and she didn't have that type of guidance. But I'm thinking like Papoose and what he's doing, even just the age differential is something like a traditional dad would have stepped in early on and been like, "Hey, listen, I'm not feeling this, bro. Like, you need to back off." But she doesn't have that. So I'm just watching it and I'm just finding a lot of this stuff suspicious. So I'm just bringing that up. But I hope everything works out for her. She deserves it. She's been through a lot. I hope it's all true. And I hope that she finds happiness and peace in whatever she does. But I'm just stating my concerns based on what I observed. That's all.
Well, listen, guys, you let us know what you think. Do you think this $8 million deal is legit? Are we going to see Claressa make $8 million in the next however many years? Are you guys going to listen to Win Records now? You guys going to go check out the artists? You're going to go check out Khadija?
I'm going to listen to
check out
Claressa's album.
What? Yeah, Claressa's album. You're going to buy Claressa's album. You know what I'm saying? You know, Emerson's got some hits. It's Salone music is a little different. You know, check out Bobo Payne. You know, shout out to him. He's got some. He has another song. I won't even go into it. But anyways, listen, guys, check out Win Records. Shout out to them. Check out their artists. You know, shout out to Claressa. $8 million. What do you guys think? Is this legit? Are you guys gonna, you know, watch the next fight? Let us know what you think. It's Corner to Corner with Caden and Complex. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit us up in the comments. You know, we be in there chatting up with you guys. So let us know your thoughts. But we out. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Hey, man.
Word.
It's dope, and we got it done in a good amount of time.
I know, yeah. Decent time. We're before 9 a.m.